Hi, my name is Jenna Otting, and I'm going to be explaining to you the importance of copyright in art. Copyright in art is not usually talked about, and there is not much awareness on this topic. I want this video to share with you why this is important, why you should care, and hopefully get you interested in the world of art and design. Art, whether it is digital, photographic, or physical, is the expression of one's creative skill and imagination. The definition of copyright is a legal right created by the law of a country that grants the creator of an original work exclusive rights to its use and distribution, usually for a limited time, with the intention of enabling the creator to receive compensation for their intellectual work. The difference with art is it is harder to protect because of the creative rights that are associated with creative design. Creative Commons is a non-profit corporation that has been created to assist in granting copyright permission for the creative work. It is an easily accessible website that shares artworks that have been permissioned to be seen and worked off of by their artists. I even used Creative Commons to find images for this Ignite presentation. The first creative copyright known in the world is from Great Britain. This was sparked by the invention of photography in the 1850s and 1860s. Should photograph even be considered art? The British Fine Arts Copyright of 1862 gave creative protection to all photographs taken. I'm going to go into some case studies to show you that copyright infringement really happens and is debated upon daily. Art Rogers took a photograph of a couple sitting on a bench holding a litter of puppies, shown here. Jeff Koons created a sculpture in almost exact replica of the photograph, shown here. The debate was on the copyright of the photo. Jeff Koons was making a huge profit off the piece, and he was found guilty because the average viewer could clearly mark the similarities between the two, despite the different media they were created on. The importance of this case is because the sculpture is considered appropriation art. Appropriation art is surrounded by these questions. Can you build off another's work to create your own original piece? Does that make your art derivative? Is photography, it raises the question if it is really fine art or is it just documentation of the world? The above questions will be debated upon endlessly. The second case is between Patrick Carew and an appropriation artist, Richard Prince. Prince took Carew's photo, shown in the next slide, and added some simple shapes and called it his own. Prince claimed to change the whole meaning and tone of the photograph, thus making it fair use. This case was originally decided unfair use, and then was appealed about a month later and decided fair. This shows you how back and forth these topics can be in the art world. I'm going to go back to the topic of fair use for just half a minute here. Fair use is another one of those infamous art world issues. There is no real fair ground in fair use. It's 10% black area, 10% white area, and 80% gray area. There is no definite answer and no immediate response to the posed question in almost any situation. It is so difficult because in a normal copyright, the protected information is easy to comprehend and is not creative and in-depth thoughts and ideas. That's why there is almost always controversy. That brings me to my next topic, graphic design and copyright. Most graphically designed images are created on Adobe Illustrator, and they are called vector graphics. Vector graphics are digitally made and therefore easily shared online, and usually done so irresponsibly, or without Creative Commons protection, so they are easily stolen. The last case I will share with you in my Ignite presentation is one that especially hits me in my heartstrings. It is one against Modern Dog, a small company, and Target affiliated with Disney. Target and Disney took a design that was created by Modern Dog, one showing multiple dog faces in profile in a collage, shown here. This has turned into a huge lawsuit that has yet to be determined. The worst part is Modern Dog has been forced to close down their design studio because of court fines. Target and Disney have more resources than us, the typical starting artists. It's a sad truth that can happen. Stealing other people's artwork online is a horrible crime that shouldn't go unpunished. It's not only the person who has taken the artwork's fault, but also the artist for not responsibly copywriting their work. You should always keep in mind that whenever you post something, someone could and might borrow it without your permission. The Target and Disney case is something that unfortunately happens, and if the work was protected, Target and Disney would probably not have put Modern Dog out of business. You can never be too safe when posting and sharing your work online. Be as cautious and educated in copyright as possible. Copyright and education is important, and even more so in the art and design field. The artists' ideas are their livelihood, and we don't need any more starving artists in this world. Sharing versus stealing is another hot topic. There is an ever so thin line between the two. It depends on the particular artist, but it is usually pretty frowned upon. The appropriation artist issue and expanding on another artist's work falls in this category. They are taboo and should be done with caution. But if this happens, always stand by your creation, baby, and don't give it away. From this video, I hope you walk away with knowledge about copyright and art and will never steal another's idea, whether you're creating, thinking about borrowing, or just appreciating someone else's creation. So be safe and design on, my friends.